Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my series on the 5 types of resistance. So this is my second video and today I'm going over avoidance. So if you didn't see my first video, I cover all 5 types of resistance. You can find that on my channel. I don't have the exact link. I'll put it below. I'll put the link below, okay? So if you haven't seen the first video, click the link below to watch that so that you know what I'm talking about. So, avoidance. What does this mean? What is this type of resistance? So the way I define avoidance in terms of how you're resisting something is you do not know how to do what you want to do. Okay, so you know kind of what you need to do, but you're really not sure, and the truth is you do have to do research and some figuring out to figure out how to do the thing. So this puts an obstacle in our path. So we really can't just say you want to start a blog. We'll use that example. So you want to start a blog, but you have to get a website, you have to do all these things, and you kind of know, but you definitely have to do research to figure out what to do, which website host to go with, all these things, like domain name to pick, all these things, right? So having something where you actually have to research first is an obstacle that will stop you from doing something when you're already feeling kind of like, I want to do it, but I don't really want to do it. That's just another reason for you to not do the thing that you want to do. It's just another reason to keep not doing it and to wait another year to start working on it, okay? So, this is going to be annoying. I get it. You got to do the research and you don't want to because, as something my dad likes to say, is you have your too hard to do box. So the research gets shoved in the too hard to do box because it is somewhat open-ended. You don't know exactly what it's going to take, and yeah, it's unknown. And unknown things are hard to handle, right? We all get that. We all have a hard time dealing with the unknown. So here is what I'm going to tell you, okay? So the first thing you need to do before you even start the research is to figure out why you are avoiding this. Why are you avoiding doing the blogging? And why are you avoiding figuring out how to do it, right? So I want you to either do a journaling prompt, sit down with your journal and say, why am I avoiding this? And the key here is to keep asking why. Question it. Question everything. I'm the biggest questioner. I question the shit out of things almost to a fault, but that's a story for another time. But you need to question why, okay? So you start writing in your journal. Why am I resisting researching a blog, okay? Well, because I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know if I have time. Just whatever comes up for you, okay? You're gonna journal about it and see what comes up. And maybe you're not a journal. Maybe you just need to go for a walk and ruminate on why you're not doing it or what's holding you back. Maybe it's fear of people reading your blog because, it's scary to have people read your stuff and then not think it's good enough, because we all have that it's not good enough fear. I know I do. Most people do. Maybe you're worried that it's not going to be perfect. Well, it's not. It's not going to be perfect. But you have to start, because eventually, the more you do it, the better you'll be, and then eventually it'll be pretty close to perfect. And heads up, it's never going to be perfect, just as my videos right now are not perfect, but I'm showing up, I'm doing the thing, okay? So you can go for a walk, ruminate on why you're avoiding it. Just think up through the reasons so that you can figure out how to overcome those. So for the journaling thing, that's what I like to do. Why am I avoiding this? So I have had the fear of showing up. I have had the fear of coming on these videos and explaining things to you and having people say, well, I've already heard that, or I don't think what you said is true. Maybe people are questioning whether or not this is true. That's one of my fears, that people are going to say, actually, I don't think that's right. But the thing is, I've learned over the past 2.5, almost 3 years of this journey with entrepreneurship that I learn things and I will understand it in a different way than most people do, in a different way than my friend Carrie or my friend Bridget or whoever. I'm not going to understand the things the same way, so then when I go to teach it, I'll have my own spin on it. So I've never heard 5 types of resistance anywhere. That doesn't mean no one's doing it. That just means that I have figured this out on my own, and I have my own definitions for each of these words. So sure, you can tell me that that is not the correct definition of avoidance, but that's the definition that I'm choosing to use for the term avoidance. Some quote, I don't remember the exact quote, but I heard during this mala making ceremony where this woman was explaining to us like what it means to do a certain process of creating the mala, and she said that her guru told her that at one point the person who said these things was just making it up. And it's true. We are all just making this shit up, okay? But what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're teaching, it makes sense and it is true, right? But at one point, someone just had to make it up, okay? Someone made up the term gravity, okay? Isaac Newton came up, he made up the term gravity, okay? Gravity is a real thing, it's true, but he made up that term, okay? So it's the same thing with this shit. So when you go to do your thing, whatever it is, you make up a blog, you create a recipe for banana muffins, that's your spin on banana muffins. Yeah, sure, a ton of people have done that, but this is your spin on it, okay? So if that fear is holding you back, that's my little rant on doing your own thing, regardless of someone else already teaching it, you're putting your spin on it, and that makes it different, okay? So, you might get, the whole point of me saying that was you might get feedback saying shit like that, but who fucking cares? You're showing up, you're teaching in your way, and your people are going to love what you fucking do, okay? That's where the personality, that's where the know, like, and trust thing comes in, is when you're putting your own spin on it, people are drawn to that, okay? So, do the fucking blog, write your goddamn recipes. Okay, so 2 other ideas for how you can delve into why you're avoiding something is another idea. I love tarot, so I will do a tarot spread with questions, and I'll pull up a card and I'll just journal in shorter snippets on what that card means about the question that I asked surrounding avoiding. So, I will make, you know what? I'm going to make you guys a tarot spread for this. So that'll be in the link below too if you are interested in tarot and you want a tarot spread on why you're avoiding. I'll do that below. So the tarot spread is below, so I'm not going to explain that, but you can do that. And also you could meditate. You can sit down for 10 minutes and meditate on why you're avoiding. Just let whatever come up. Take some deep breaths. Ask yourself, why am I avoiding doing this thing that I want to do? And see what comes up, okay? You could do this a million ways, like do what works for you, but these are just some of my suggestions. So, next thing, so that was delve into why you're avoiding first, okay? Second thing, you need to remove distractions. I'm gonna tell you this all the time because distractions are the fucking worst, okay? Like, you can't have distractions if you're going to do anything. Like, your phone going off constantly, that is just another thing. If you don't want to do the thing, that's another thing that's going to have you not show up, okay? It's another thing that's going to make you wait longer until you actually figure out the research that you need to do, okay? So I want you to turn off your Wi-Fi. You don't need Wi-Fi to do a blog post, right? Like, you can just write. You can just pull up whatever it is that you're doing, and that's it. You just do it. You don't need Wi-Fi. You don't need the internet. You don't need anything. So what I want you to do is get rid of your phone. Oh, Jesus. Just knocked this out of the way. Get rid of your phone. Turn it on Wi-Fi. Turn a timer on or something. Sorry, I'm plugging back into my computer here. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is that you don't need distractions, because that is just going to keep you avoiding what you're doing, and you just need to get it done. So phone out of your room, kids out of your room, lock yourself in a closet. I don't care what it takes. Just do it without distractions. Okay? The next thing is schedule the time. And I've said this before. This is the key. So you're going to schedule the time to do your research because that's a hard thing to do, right? But you get into it. You're starting to do the research. You're on the internet. You're going down the rabbit holes of how to make a blog and what web host to use and all these things. So you're going to set a timer for when you're going to stop doing the research, because the truth is you can over-research. You only need to know so much to when you just need to make a decision on what you have to do. So I chose Bluehost for my WordPress blog or website or whatever. I chose Bluehost, I did some research, and then I just chose, okay? So you need to do that for whatever it is you're doing, because the research can go on forever. You can just sink into the hole of research and never get out and then never get the thing done. So set your timer for 2 or 3 hours tops, because you don't need that much time to just get started, okay? And do it, schedule that in. Schedule, say, Monday afternoon or Monday night when the kids go to bed. You're blocking in your 2 hours of time to research that thing. You're setting your timer. Even with your phone on airplane mode, you're setting the timer, and you're just doing the research for the 2 or 3 hours, whatever feels better to you. Do 2 hours. Less is better, because you got to get it done in the 2 hours, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to immediately start on your project once you are done researching. So you need to block your time for 2 hours plus a half hour so that you can start your project after, okay? And you're gonna have to be very disciplined with this, okay? Because you might want to keep researching. You're gonna want to, because you don't want to do the thing, right? So you will set your timer for 2 hours, and then that's gonna go off and it's gonna say start the thing, and then you're going to do the thing. So you're going to log into WebHost or Bluehost or whatever. You're going to set up your account, and there you go. You're starting it. You're starting the website, okay? So I really want you to just get started, because once you get started, you build momentum, and then there's more to do. So once you actually sign up for your Bluehost domain, you don't have to use Bluehost, but that's what I use. So I'm just using this as an example. But once you have that, the things that you have to do just keep rolling. So you got that, then you got to find a theme for your website, and then you got to pick out colors and stuff. So you just keep going, and that's gonna take up the time, and then that just rolls, okay? So then you set that shit up, and you start writing your blog post every week, okay? It's literally that simple. So this could be anything. It doesn't have to be a blog. It could be starting something new for exercise. Take 2 hours to research the nutrition that you need to follow in a workout plan, set that shit up, and then after the 2 hour mark, you go do a goddamn workout, or you set up your grocery bill or list or whatever it is, okay? So that you are building the momentum, not just researching and stopping, because there's no momentum if you haven't actually started the thing yet. You've just researched it. So that's the key. I want you to start immediately, even if it's just a half hour, okay? Ideally, it'd be like an hour, because a half hour goes by real quick. So that's all I have for you today. I just literally want you to get started, do the fucking research. Let me go back in order, okay? So what I said first, 1, to get past avoiding, you need to figure out why, because damn straight, there is a deeper reason, whether you're scared of being seen, whether you're scared it's not gonna be perfect, whether you're nervous no one's gonna even look at it. Who cares? Just fucking do it, figure out why you're scared, and then prove to yourself why that doesn't actually matter. 2, remove distractions. 3, schedule the time to get the shit done, do the research. And then 4, schedule a half hour after your research block to immediately start the thing. And there you go. You got momentum, because momentum is going to keep you going. You're going to finish that, but then the next day you're going to wake up and you're like, shit, I already got my website started. I just get to start. I'm just going to start writing. I'm going to play around with the website themes, because that shit's fun. I'm going to put some pictures on my website, because that's fun. That's where the momentum comes from, and momentum creates success, because you just keep going. Okay? So that's how to get past avoidance. If you like this video, go on down below, hit subscribe, like this video, comment, and tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like, because even if you're hating on this, I'm still getting engagement, so that's key. All right, so I'll talk to you next Wednesday, and we're gonna be on the third thing for the 5 ways you're resisting shit, and the next one is denial. So that one's tough, but I'm tackling it. So talk to you next Wednesday.